Hey, good afternoon, everybody. It is March 6th, 2024. We are in the Old Testament book of Ezra. We're going to start today. So we're going to read chapter 1. Who was Ezra? Well, Ezra was a Levite. As the Israelites are coming out of Persia back to the Promised Land, back to Jerusalem, he's one of the leaders that's going to come back and try and reestablish God's kingdom. We think he wrote 1st and 2nd Chronicles. We think he wrote Ezra. We think he wrote Nehemiah. Although there's some problems with that because there are some things that apparently happened after he would have died already. So we know he couldn't have really written all of it. So the idea is maybe someone came along afterwards and filled in some blanks. Or maybe even, Ezra was the leader and he had people under him and he started this project that was completed by some other people. Neither here nor there. For us, what we want to see is this is his message. This is the people coming out again of their exile back to the Promised Land. And all of Chronicles was telling them, hey, you know what? We went to exile because of disobedience and sin. If we continue in disobedience and sin, this isn't going to go well either. But you know what? If we return to God and we come with repentant, obedient hearts, God's going to bless us. We ended Chronicles with a message from Cyrus. We're going to start in that same place that Cyrus is saying, okay, you know what? Not necessarily that he believes in God, but he believes in regional gods. And you know what? The God of Jerusalem is Yahweh. So let me send the people back to start worshiping Yahweh in his region, and that will bless my entire kingdom. That's more his thinking as a Persian, and that's pretty common back then, was that gods were regional. That's the difference between our God, is we say, no, he's God over everything. There is none of these regional gods even exist. Neither here nor there, Cyrus makes this decree that people can go back. He's not taken up by everybody. There's only a handful of people. There's the tribe of Judah, there's the tribe of Benjamin, and the Levites. So of all the tribes of Israel, those are the only ones that respond to this and want to go back. Was it not a decree for everybody? Did they limit it, or did that mean that the other tribes have just kind of assimilated into Persia and said, you know what, we don't want to go back, we're happy where we are? That's kind of the implication of it. But anyway, that's where we end with this. Is Cyrus makes the decree, some people come forward and say, we'll go, and then we're going to follow that story of how they go back to Jerusalem and try and get themselves back to a people of God, in the place of God, worshiping God in blessings. So let's go ahead and we're going to read Ezra chapter 1. Now in the first year of Cyrus, king of Persia, that the word of the Lord by the mouth of Jeremiah might be fulfilled, the Lord stirred up the spirit of Cyrus, king of Persia, so that he made a proclamation throughout all his kingdom, and also put it in writing, saying, thus says Cyrus, king of Persia, all the kingdoms of the earth the Lord God of heaven has given me, and he has commanded me to build him a house at Jerusalem, which is in Judah. Who is among you of all his people? May his God be with him, and let him go up to Jerusalem, which is in Judah, and build the house of the Lord God of Israel. He is God which is in Jerusalem. And whoever is left in any place where he dwells, let the men of his place help him with silver, and with gold, and with goods and livestock, besides the freewill offerings for the house of God which is in Jerusalem. Then the heads of the father's house of Judah and Benjamin, and the priests and the Levites, with all whose spirits God had moved, arose to go up and build the house of the Lord which is in Jerusalem. And all those who were around them encouraged them with articles of silver and gold, with goods and livestock, and with precious things, besides all that was willingly offered. King Cyrus also brought out the articles of the house of the Lord, which Nebuchadnezzar had taken from Jerusalem, and put in the temple of his gods. And Cyrus, king of Persia, brought them out by the hand of Mithridates, the treasurer, and counted them out to Sheshbazzar, the prince of Judah. This is the number of him: 30 gold platters, 1,000 silver platters, 29 knives, 30 gold basins, 410 silver basins of a similar kind, and 1,000 other articles. All the articles of gold and silver were 5,400. All these Sheshbazzar took with the captives who were brought from Babylon to Jerusalem. May God bless the reading of his word. May God bless you. Bye.